Please stand by for further details. We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
Hello to those of you who are feeling called to this reading in particular. Welcome to your mystery reading. The first thing that we're going to do is shuffle out a card from the Prismavisions Tarot to get the context or the general energy of your reading. If you'd like to be a part of the community that I'm trying to create, subscribe and hit that notification bell. And if you're interested, you can also find me on TikTok. The link to that will be in the description. And before I get you your first card, remember that this is a general reading that could be meant for more than one person. So if you're struggling to find meaning in a message, that's okay. Just let it go because it might just be meant for someone else. And if it truly was meant for you, the universe and your spirit guides will make that obvious to you, either sometime during this reading or sometime during your journey. So I do feel guided to mention a specific song that has been stuck in my head since I started recording these videos, especially because this is the third video that I'm on, and recently the number 3 was very, very significant. The song is called, it is Italian. I want to say it again, just in case I've already given you Italian songs before, but it's called L'altra dimensione by the band Skin. I saw 1, 2, 3. Trust that everything happens for a reason. To spell that, it's Laltra Dimensione Dimensione, and then the music group Skin Maneskin. There could be a significant messages in there for someone. You might have to translate it. But for me, that just means that it feels like there are some specific ancestors coming through for somebody that, came from a different country, spoke a different language than the current one that you speak right now. And I also felt that there's a specific ancestor trying to come through as an angel. I saw 222. So this is a loved one who could have passed recently. I also just saw the number 10 because my phone is on 10%. So you could feel low on energy yourself. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to plug my phone into the charger. Just before I started recording again, when I went to go pick up my deck, after I set it down to plug in my phone, I set the deck down with the bottom of the deck up, and I saw the 4 of Wands. So your ancestors are really encouraging you to get back to the basics right now. Focusing on your own independence, stability, and security. I'm going to go ahead and get the card, though, from this Prismavisions tarot cards. I'm feeling a little bit distracted right now. There's like some strong energy coming through for someone. I just saw the number 10 again. So I think, the universe or your spirit guides or this specific ancestor that was from a different country is trying to connect with you. Okay, let's see. What do we have? There could be something here about carnivals or festivals. I heard the word for carnival in Italian, but honestly I'm not sure. So I'm just not going to say it. But let's see which card. I have 3 cards, which, funny enough, just now realized that the number 3 is definitely significant for someone. You're being called to grow. And with seeing this card upright and this card reversed, I feel like your growth is a lot to do with embracing both the light and darker aspects of the world and yourself, rather than just being attached to only the good parts of you or the good parts of life. But I'm going to take this card, maybe. No, let's take this one. Okay, interesting. So, I have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Like, I just saw 222. Oh my gosh. 222 is definitely significant for someone. But, yeah, you really need to be focused 234 for a reason on balancing out your life. Interesting, I said like something about a circus or a carnival, and it looks like, at least the way I'm looking at it, I'm perceiving it as him juggling these pentacles. So maybe you're being called to juggle the things in your life in a more balanced and harmonious kind of way. Some interesting things are coming through. There could be a specific thing or many specific things that you're being called to let go of, and the universe and your spirit guides are just here to offer you some support with that, especially your ancestors. If you want to communicate with the universe, your spirit guides, a specific spirit guide or specific past loved one or whatever, do it. I just saw 333. Express yourself. You know, don't be afraid to, I guess I call it prayer because when I was younger I was Christian. I'm not anymore. But, you know, allowing yourself to speak to the universe. You don't have to speak out loud. You can just think and feel. And the universe, wow, that just got very deep. The universe will feel what you're feeling and know what you're thinking. The universe will know. It's interesting because there's a message coming through about authenticity and the universe being able to recognize when someone isn't and is being authentic, whenever someone is being selfish for themselves rather than for doing the right thing. I saw 432, so definitely trust that everything happens for a reason. You're being called to find more balance in your life for a reason, to focus on yourself and your foundation with just seeing 444 for a reason. Yeah, you just need to be focused on what's going on at home and with your money. Getting yourself stable and secure. So, because I feel like this plays a role into your anxiety and makes life seem more difficult and scary than it needs to be. Also on this card, I think we have the planet of Jupiter or Saturn. I don't know. It does feel like Saturn is coming through anyway. But we also have Capricorn. Next, I'm going to get a deck. Well, I've already got a deck. I'm going to get a couple cards from this deck here that I got from a box of cards that I have. And I did see something about forgiveness, so if you feel called, you can pause the video and read that. I feel like this forgiveness is about not only forgiving people who are naive or aren't seeing things clearly, but also forgiving the universe. There's a reason you went through what you did and why you're going through what you're going through right now. Well, I shuffled the cards and we still got this card. Okay, forgiveness is for you, not for someone else. As a favor, it's for you. Let go of pain and keep moving forward. So I really feel like that this is just confirmation that you need to be more forgiving. But also know that forgiving someone does not mean that you need to keep putting up with their lack of accountability and just being straight up irresponsible. You're allowed to protect yourself and to just say no to things that you don't deserve. And if you don't know what you deserve and what you should say no to, that's a clear sign that you need to focus more on better understanding your worth, what you deserve, and what that actually means. It's interesting this says keep moving forward, because that's the thing. The universe just wants you to keep moving forward and to just keep doing your best, and don't be afraid to ask for support. Like, even if, I'm telling you, when I was younger, like, school presentations were very difficult, like panic attacks the day before. And one night I was just hoping, like, please, somehow, some way, don't make me have to do this presentation because I'm just not ready. And lo and behold, that we didn't have to do the presentations. And you could argue that's coincidence, but that isn't the only way that I have asked and I have received. So that energy of ask and you shall receive is there. But you need to ask for forgiveness and support for your highest good, not just for what you want. You need to ask for the strength to get what you want, is what I feel called to say. The courage to fight. And however you ask for that strength is totally up to you. You get to create the magic that exists in the relationship between you and the universe, you and your faith and what you believe in, you and your spirit guides. That magic is all you. And I heard in my head, it's all you, baby. So there could be a specific ancestor coming through, just confirming that. Yeah, this is really, really making me think of the magician in tarot. We all have power. We all are the magician. But not all of us recognize the tools and the resources that we actually have to create magic. Wow, that's getting very deep, and I feel like it's really speaking to someone's inner child in some way. And I think your inner child is what you really need to focus on listening to right now, because, you know, maybe you weren't heard when you were younger, but you do have the opportunity to make your younger self heard right now. So don't let him or her down. Don't let the younger version of yourself down. Talk to yourself like you would your younger self. Treat yourself like you would your younger self. Because the reality is, when we get older, we never want... It's hard to just explain. I don't know. You know, just take whatever resonates. If it doesn't resonate, don't worry about it. I did say 122 though. So remember that change does start with you, and you can create magic in this world. You can create magic in your own life. You just need to be open about what magic really is, because everything looks like magic when we don't understand the mechanism behind it. You know what I mean? So, you know, just because you don't understand something doesn't mean there isn't a logical reason for it. It's a really interesting message to come through. Let's go ahead and see what your next card is. I saw 111. So definitely trust yourself. I feel High Priestess energy coming through here, which is interesting because the High Priestess has the number 2 on it, and I saw 111 again. So definitely trust where your inner voice and your intuition is guiding you to go. Maybe go wherever your inner child is urging you to go. Whether it's your dreams or being heard. I don't know. It's funny, because I remember while recording these videos, this cat next to me, she, you know, there was a message about, like, mysticism that came through related to her. So cats could be significant. Magic, Pay attention. If you want those magical, obvious, crazy signs and synchronicities from the universe, it's not going to fall on your lap. You need to pay attention to the nudges first. And then the more you pay attention to them, the louder they'll get, because that's when the universe knows you're listening. And I saw 122. Or not 122, I saw 1212. But with saying 122 anyway, remember that change starts with you. And you need to learn how to communicate and set boundaries so you can indirectly encourage others to do the same. Just being the change you wish to see is a very, very powerful thing. And I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4. It's powerful for a reason. For your second card, it says, in response to your letter, dear human, you'll find that light again someday. You're too fierce to let that flame die. We love you, the universe. Which honestly, I feel like someone really, really needed to hear you. Maybe there's something that you said that you asked for, and this is the universe acknowledging that we heard you. We hear you. We see you. But do you hear us? Do you see us? And that's not meant to come off as like attacking you or anything. It's just they're trying to ask you. Maybe you don't feel heard because you don't see the blessings that the universe and your spirit guides have already brought you. I think gratitude is really, really, really important for growing and evolving into the person that you deserve to be, who you're meant to be, which is yourself. And I love that this says you're too fierce to let that flame die. Stop catastrophizing and think that a mistake is the end of the world, because the reality is nothing is going to break your spirit. Expect to keep moving forward, because that's just who you are. So don't discredit the light that already exists within you and in your life, because it's getting you somewhere. There's something here related to like light and motion, action. There could be something significant here about the entertainment industry. I saw 432. Definitely feeling that for a reason. I think someone is meant to make a living in a more creative, expressive kind of way. But you need to first break down all the barriers that keep you away from that potential or that opportunity. You have to be patient and give yourself time to work through the thoughts and the feelings that hold yourself back, because that's the only way you're going to get there. You have to let yourself recognize and fix the problem. I just saw 1515. I think, that's just another way of saying you need to allow yourself to recognize the self-destruction and allow yourself to choose self-love. Don't choose violence today. I feel an ancestor here, maybe many, trying to lighten the mood for somebody. But they are there for you, and not everything is just darkness. Whenever you feel like that darkness is consuming you, ask yourself, what can I be grateful for? And keep going until that anxiety, that fear, that darkness goes away. I'm going to wrap up your reading with getting a strip of paper from this baggie. This is I collected these from Fortune Cookies from my favorite restaurant. I just felt called to. Considering they came from Fortune Cookies, there could be something significant here about fortune, or the Wheel of Fortune in tarot could be significant. I don't know if the number 10 is on the Wheel of Fortune, but either way it is significant. Maybe that could be a sign that the universe and your spirit guides are trying to communicate with you. But okay, this is interesting. We have seek guidance where you can this week. And I don't think it's, just a this week kind of thing. Whenever you need guidance, Seek it where you can. Even if you don't need guidance, still ask. Clarify with the universe and your spirit guides the guidance that you are seeking. I think allowing them to confirm what you've been feeling and thinking will help you trust yourself more and will improve the communication between the universe and your spirit guides, and will ultimately really help you on your spiritual path. And that could mean so many different things. In general, don't be afraid to ask for help. I strongly recommend the 988 chat hotline or whatever. For me personally, it really helps me when I'm feeling like anxious or alone, or just whenever you need someone to talk to. It's anonymous, and this isn't a promo or anything at all. It's just genuinely really helped me, and I wish people really saw how alone they actually aren't. So don't be afraid to express more in terms of how you're feeling. This keeps moving because the fan is on behind me. But let me see, is there anything else that I can get from this? I'm only seeing the number 2 on here, but I do feel as well that the 444 and 333 and 555 could be significant numbers, maybe 666. And sure, whenever you have heard, whenever you see 666, that's about the devil, but it's in a more metaphorical tarot card kind of way. That's about self-destruction and self-love. You're really being called to make a choice here. I am feeling the energy of the Lovers. I don't think it's about a significant relationship, but this is definitely about the relationship with yourself. Are you going to choose love or destruction? And whatever you do, don't be disappointed with the outcome. Because, you're allowed to be disappointed, but don't let that disappointment hold you back and take away any opportunity for you to experience joy again or magic in life. But I think that that's going to be the end of your reading. This one is kind of long. But yeah, I hope that it was helpful or relevant in some way. If you liked it, hit the like button to show me that. That is the best way to support me. And if you'd like to offer even more support, you can do so by donating through the thanks button directly below the video. Absolutely not obligated, but always very much appreciated. Feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any. I'd really love to connect with you more. And thank you so much to those of you who have shown your support thus far. It really means a lot to me, and it really does make a difference. I just saw 222. But the last thing that I'm going to say is thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around.